Howdy folks, it's rjhelms here with episode 12 of Let's Play OpenTTD with the FIRS industry set. To recap, in the last episode we just got a iron route, like an iron supply chain setup, so we are producing iron ore here at TRPM, taking it down to this DNGP depot, and then station, which in turn is producing metal, which is taken back to this VNAW place, where we have been producing goods and manufacturing supplies all along, which then go on to their logical places. So that's working pretty well for us. Everything seems to be hooked up. We've got that full chain going. We might need another engineering supply train here, but we can deal with that later. It looks like we actually need at least one more iron train. But we can make that happen. And let's see how the metal is doing, actually. So you're loading, so this is fine. It also takes coal and scrap metal, so we can think about that later. I don't have any of those things. I'm actually really curious about this with the metal. If I look at the display chain, where else can that go? The metal. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of places. So I'm already servicing a machine shop and a metal workshop, but Smithy Forge, that produces nothing else that I don't already have. And metal fabrication plant produces building materials. Could be useful to us later. But first things first, the next thing to do was there is another iron ore mine right here, which does not have quite the same production, but it does have production, so this is already, I mean, it's going pretty nicely if you look at it. It's not a disaster zone, but it could be nicer. All right, anyways. That's the challenge of the network optimization game, is you end up really kind of stressing about the optimization of your network, oddly enough. So this, I want to kind of be as far back as possible, which is here. Just give myself nice amounts of room. Build the dreaded X. That seems lopsided. Yeah, you should be coming out there. And I'm actually going to have, this is the intake, I guess. This is a right-hand drive line, so I can just go like right there. I'm not thrilled with the prospects for this one, but thank God I didn't build that tunnel. That would have been ugly. Let's just have this guy join up like here. That'll actually work really, really nicely. So you are a merge. You don't need to be path signaled. You can just get pulled all the way back, which you do quite nicely. You are a split, so you need a path signal. You can actually tuck in right there nicely and neatly. You will have your path signals, and that's all that's required for here. As far as building the station, Naples Wood, NPLW. I don't have anything serving Naples yet. No. Where is Naples? All the way down there. Okay, cool. Alright, slot in a depot where convenient. Not there. But here, look at the existing iron train. I'll just clone it. But you'll be a new one. You'll be iron NPLW to DNGP. Yes, you are not shared orders, so you will be delete that order. Deleted the wrong. No, I had that. Oh well. Okay, full load, and then go to DNGP. Not full load. And you can get started. Keep you up just to make sure nothing's going terribly wrong. And then we will want another. It's the engineering supplies train. This guy. You want a new group, which is going to be engineering supplies SKHE to NPLW. So you can get cloned and go into that group. And go to NPLW. And you can get started, but this is getting ugly. STNM is way up here, right? Yes. And still ludicrously full of livestock. I don't know what's going on there. But we'll manage. Okay. Skip these guys. Keep those guys up to manage their route lengths. And this is no, I mean the bottleneck's obviously not here. Like there is one here to an extent. But this junction is becoming a bit of a delay, but it's all knocking on down here. And I mean, this, for all its spaghettiness, actually is pretty optimized. I mean, you don't need to be a pass signal anymore. That's a historical curio. But it doesn't present any difficulties. This isn't too nice. That little turn off there, but it's not going to end the world. Yeah. It all just knocks on down to there. This is still a problem, but... And over here, there's messy things happening, but that's not too terrible. Okay, SKH, how are you doing? You still have 1 million passengers. There's actually still another passenger train needed. Oh, but them's the brakes. And still livestock here. Are you a livestock train? Yeah, you... No, that's manufacturing supplies. Okay, that's fine. I'm just a little bit afraid of this, actually, to be honest, because... I mean, where are all these livestock trains? I've got 7. I guess I've got 7 plant fiber trains too, so it's not 325. Do these carry more? Is that what's going on? Oh, yes. Okay, so that explains why the numbers are so different. And it's going farther. It's a longer run, so... It's not so absurd that I need more than 7 trains here. I mean, I'm also producing like 400-ish a month livestock, so these things are somewhat believable. Okay, so the passengers I've dealt with, engineer supplies, farm supplies, or here still. Okay. Where is that engineering supply train? It feels like I could use one more of these, but I'm actually just gonna cheese this a bit and leave it in the depot until that one's getting right up at its station. You know, separate them the low rent way. Once that kind of goes off onto its spur, I'm going to start this one. Which is done, okay. NPLW is also chock-a-block full of ore. Turn off the fast forward. Yeah, that's asking for a new train. These runs are really long, so I believe that. Bauxite here. How much do you have? Goods. Yeah, these things are getting down to smaller amounts, so I'm not going to stress it. Okay, so about halfway through this episode, I think at this point, still going to target the sub 20-minute range for the time being. So let's just think about new industries to expand to here. We'll probably have time to get one more route in. You are a fertilizer plant. Farm supplies. I don't really need farm supplies. Fruit. If I go to fruit, it goes to a port, brewery, or grocery store. I don't know if I have any of those handy. There's always the farm. Glassworks. I feel like I'm serving a furniture factory. Yeah, I am. No. Metal workshop. I feel like I am serving a furniture factory, though I don't know why. Yes. This? No. Okay. Disable all. Give me only furniture factories. What's this? Textile mill. I don't know why I thought that was a furniture factory. But it makes goods. If I go to lumber, and the lumberyard produces engineering supplies and building materials. I don't really have use for building materials yet, so I could go forest, sawmill, lumberyard. That's very possible. A forest, sawmill, furniture factory, and there's a forest right here. Two, actually. Well, a whole bunch. Forest there. I mean, I bet I could build a station here that would service both of those, which actually isn't so optimal because they won't transfer through the station. And that's a really nice place for a station. Accepts chemicals, farm supplies, sand, supplies building materials, grain, manufacturing supplies, sugar beets, and wood. I really like that place for a station. What are you doing, train 5? Okay, you are a engineering supply train. Not so stressed about that. So the only thing I can actually think is good to do because of the amount of wood here is actually to choose a sawmill somewhere else. Like down here. Just because the transfer of wood that I get from the forest to this sawmill here, I wouldn't get very much money for that. And it seems like a lot of infrastructure. I mean, I could do this with trams. But no, we're going to ignore this sawmill, and we will service this one way down here. Where were you, sawmill? This one. So I'll bring you up. We'll close the map. So this you can have there. This I'm actually going to make even bigger. As big as I can get it, actually, because this is going to be... No. In the fullness of time, a very important station. I think. with this many platforms, this is obviously the wrong way to hook this up, but... Oh, wait, no, I did that wrong somewhere else. Where was it? It was down here. All the way down here. You don't need... No, I did that one right. You don't need signals on the way in of a Roro, because I want this block to be all the way up to there. I feel like I did that wrong somewhere, but last episode, but I will find it later. I also don't know for now that this is going to be in. That's the other catch. So here I'm going to try to keep my terraforming down at a minimum. Have some of these runs be a bit shorter. River, you go away. Yeah, hopefully it's... Once again, I don't know which way it's in and which way it's out just yet. I feel like that's actually going to be in, because this is going to tug around 5, 5, 5. And up. And over like this. Yeah, it works great. Yeah, this is going to be in, because it's the right hand. Where can you join up nicely? Oh, there. And here I'm actually gonna double this. Because this looks like it's going to be taking a lot of traffic in the future. And you know what? This can actually just join in with that. So you're going to go to there. Here you're going to have one-way pass signals. Wait, no, I don't need pass signals at a merge. We've been over this. But you need to be a one-way pass signal at the split. And that can just go back as normal. I mean, I could even actually probably do with more tracks here, but it's this way because the signal gap of this run underneath is obviously much bigger than just the two. So by having multiple tracks, I lower the effective signal gap. So you're going to be SCPH. Angry Woods. Do I have a Bangui? How do you pronounce that? Oh, I don't. So you can be BNGW. And you can be just a shifty crossover terminal station. Not great, but it works. Not convert new signal. Actually, you know what? Choose your poison. I would rather have this be too tight, but have that have a good length to it. And the reason for that is I want this to be long enough for at least one train to be kind of fully contained on it, so that a train waiting here to get in does not just block up the main line. And you're actually going to have to jog over a bit. Up. There's no nice way to do this, is there? Oh yes, there is. I'm being silly. It's not like that. Go under here. Up. Three. Okay, what would be involved? No, that can't work. 3. At least 3. It actually comes out one more. And that should work. That should work actually quite well. Over time here. Now let's get this at the very least hooked up to the sawmill. I can do some destructive terraforming here. This little spur of a river is not gonna be missed. Oh, and look, the main line's actually taking us right into it. Let's jog over. No, I missed one. Okay, that's more than enough, so let's signal this up. Think about where signals should be. So it'd be one there, and one there, one there, and one there. So they're actually even. Alright, now let's plan a nice big rover station. Let's give it 5 tiles. Put it there. No. Put it. I think I actually want you going this way, like that. Okay. This can join in like there. That's actually going to be the entrance. Yeah, let's just cut through that. Not so extreme. And that'll work quite nicely. Not the old style signal, it doesn't matter. That's signaled up. That did not work as nice as I hoped. Oh, bring one more tile further, like so. You're a pass signal. You're a pass signal at the split. All right. M and L W. And I'll just get the lumber trains running and then we'll cut this episode because I wanted to keep it at 20 minutes. We're sitting at about 25. But that's fine. Okay, so first one first. This monstrosity, STPH. You need a depot. We can go there. New train. If I look at... Is this giving me lumber or wood is the cargo? It is wood. Flat car. Oh, the wood chip hopper actually just straight up takes wood, so that's probably what I want. Yep, I think we're still looking at the Selkirk. Wood chip hopper and a caboose. You're going to full load there and then go here. That's U-Train 84. Get started. You're going to need a group. Your group is going to be wood, STPH to MNLW. And now go over. These guys are all doing fine. Nothing stupid's happened here yet, so I'll put you guys all away. And next is this one in BNGW. No good place for it. Yeah, okay, there. The people can go there. So you are going to be the exact same train without shared orders. Oh, I did not mean to delete both those orders. Okay, well, let's copy again. Good thing I wasn't sharing. You can go here. And you need a new group. Your group is going to be would BNGW to MNLW. And you will get put in the other group. Get started. What are you... Oh. Yeah, these little guys, I'm not worried they're losing money, you know, because they're so small. They don't make... What they do is make other things make money. So as long as that's all I'm seeing is these short 3-car supply trains being the ones that are posting annual losses, that's fine. And I mean... Our bottom line's doing okay. Some years better than others, but that's fine. Gonna be some variety in there for sure. You do accept wood, produce wood at this station, right? Yeah, you do. Okay, there we go. It's picking up. Nope, need the industry directory. Okay, and that's, yeah, longer than I wanted, but we are doing a-okay. So we got a couple more industries hooked up. Next episode, we're going to want to get the farm supplies going into these 2 forests and actually take, go all the way down here, take this lumber somewhere, but that'll be a whole new route, and that'll produce some goods, which will in turn need to go somewhere, so that's great. That's all we want to see. That's a bit more concerning. But well, once again, deal with it in the next episode. So until then, this has been OpenTTD with the FIRS industry set. I've been, as always, rjhelms. Please leave any comments down below if you have any thoughts or feedback about this series or the channel in general, things you'd like to see or don't want to see any more of. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more things like this in the future. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much.